Hello, movie people. Welcome to an episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host, Stephen and Ghoul. Let's talk film. Anyone feel like summoning a vengeful spirit with a hook? No? Good. Let's keep it that way. Say his name, say his name. Actually, no. Don't do it. Don't. No. Return to the horror roots of Man. In this new sequel of the horror classic, in which he tries to possess a black artist. Serving as a sequel, it's amazing the callbacks to the original movie, such as Helen Lyle, the original Spirit, and the return of Cabrini Green, the project in Chicago where all the horror happened. Now, aside from all that, this film works as more than just a simple horror film, but more like a psychological social thriller. We follow the story of Anthony, who is a young artist who begins to explore the origin of the spirit in order to create new artwork. But while learning about the Candyman, he accidentally awakens the spirit and unleashes his horror amongst everyone around him. So once you say his name 5 times just for fun or to call BS, yeah, you die. We return to the whole Bloody Mary legend type thing, in which we see the new spirit just take on his victims, all because they want to have some fun. After bringing back the ghost, Anthony starts to undergo a whole transformation from a bee sting in which half of his body starts decaying and turning into like hives. So wait, is he becoming the next Candyman? In the first movie, Helen saves a baby from a fire where the first monster tried to sacrifice him. Turns out Anthony is that baby, and he was lied to by his mother, who was Helen's best friend, in order to protect him from this horror that was unleashed. Now, going back to the whole social aspect, remember, this is a Jordan Peele movie. He produced and co-wrote this, so there's gotta be some like callbacks and like mistreatment within the black community. Anthony and his girlfriend represent upper middle class because they're artists. They live in a more prosperous part of Chicago, and to them, the project is like nothing, pretty much. Like, we explore these two different worlds that in a way collide with the legend of the monster, in which pretty much Helen Lyle, when she's mentioned, is more like a legend of like a crazy white woman who went on a killing rampage, when in reality it was the spirit who was doing all the killings. But they don't know that because they're not from the project. The project knows the truth because they saw it with their own eyes. The Candyman legend has always revolved around racism and bigotry, especially since the first one was a victim of that when he was tortured with bee stings and been set on fire. Now the new spirit is not Tony Todd. It's someone named Sherman Fields, who was like a much older man in like a yellow jacket with a hook as a hand, who will give out candy to the children. And then next thing you know, when they find a razor blade in a little girl's trick-or-treat bag, they immediately blame him, and he becomes a victim of police brutality. So if you're confused about why it's not Tony Todd, that's because the spirit is not just a name. He is the whole hive. Any victim of a racism or hate crime who was black comes back as one of the monsters and gets his revenge against like the racist people who did this to him. Man, so Candyman is now the symbol against black oppression? Well, I guess when marching and activism doesn't work, all you gotta do is start summoning evil spirits to do the work for you, I guess. Yep, you get pulled over by a racist cop, all you gotta do is say the name 5 times and that guy will be slaughtered. Which actually kind of happens at the end. The laundromat guy who introduced Anthony to the legend actually wanted him to be the next spirit, all because he was sick of gentrification and like the modern racism that the project was going through. So he figured, okay, if we make this guy a victim of like bigotry, he will be the next spirit, and he will be like, I guess, like a symbol or like a hero to save the projects. I don't know. In a way, it kind of works, and Anthony's girlfriend does end up defeating the laundromat guy, but in the end, Anthony does get shot by the police. And of course, they're corrupt cops, so they force her to go along with their narrative, like, okay, so your boyfriend was the assailant and we're just the heroes, okay? That's what we're gonna say in court. Otherwise, you're gonna be an accomplice and you're going to jail. Nope, not on my watch. Say the name 5 times. Anthony comes back and slaughters all those pigs like the bacon they are. During that scene, it was the first time the ghost did not slaughter the person who summoned him. Because basically, you say the name 5 times, you're the one who gets killed. But here, she said the name 5 times and the people around her got killed. So, I don't know, maybe like the spirit doesn't kill black people or anything. Or maybe in this case, Anthony will be the spirit who doesn't kill black people. But either way, in the end, we do get a callback to Tony Todd when he transformed with the bees, and he tells the girlfriend to tell everyone so that his spirit and the legend lives on. Yeah, it's a crazy film, but it does get you thinking though. Candyman has been a major character among the black community, all because he was their Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers. He was just that big of a symbol. Like, it showed that black people can be part of horror instead of just being like, typical like slasher victims. A monster who gives you nightmares but still gets you thinking about the oppression that many people of color are facing today, because he too was a victim of that oppression. Yep, it does fit perfectly in today's political climate. And the fact that it was about to come out last summer during the whole George Floyd riots, man, we are going to see a lot of cosplayers at the next march. So overall, it's a very creepy movie that relies mostly on atmosphere and extremely well done filmmaking, as the cinematography and the direction is what builds up the tension to get you into the movie. And it's a general reminder that there are scarier things out there for people of color than a simple ghost with a hook as a hand. So my final rating is going to be 8.7 mirrors out of 10 art pieces. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this review, leave a like, subscribe, and join the crew. I'll see you for an awesome review. Also, be sure to follow the Instagram and Twitter at CineGuy Steven for reviews. That is at CineGuy Steven. I'll see you there. Alright, this is Steven Gill signing off. Wait, how many times did I say it? Candyman. Might as well give it to you. Candyman.